आप कर लो, वो कमरे में बैठ जाती।
Hey Shipra, can you hear me?
Yes, hi Kiran, I can hear you.
Is there any option to change the background to blurred or something? Or
Okay, I think I'm also not sure
okay,
on
that's okay.
that. I was a bit worried, I was just wondering if there's any confusion. In times I just dropped you an email also.
Yeah, was it okay? Yeah, yeah. I joined the session.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on vacation in India, Shipra. So I have been traveling to a lot of places. So Apologies, my
Okay.
response has been a bit low on to your emails.
No, it's fine, Kiran. Yeah, Suresh shared, in one of our catch-ups. So he shared that you are on vacation and you might be replying a little
Yeah,
late. So Kiran, I think your audio is fine. Your video is also fine. So you like to just share your um, desktop and anything.
yeah, yeah. So how do I share it?
So down you can probably see a, a window, a TV, a kind of an icon. So
Yeah. So do you see my screen? Yep.
yes, it's just coming. Yeah, it's just coming. Yeah, I'm able to see that.
Okay. So if I'm flipping
So
slides,
Kiran, you like to take questions?
yeah, yeah, sure, Shipra. So if I'm flipping windows, do you see that there is a lag or is it fine?
A little lag, that is, I think, normal. It's fine. I think it should not be a big problem.
Okay, sure.
So, Kiran, at 6:45, it will be fine. If I come on video, it means that it's nearing the end, and now it's time to take questions.
Yeah, sure.
So it will be like I'll just come on video to show you a kind of a timer.
Yeah, yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, cool. Hey guys, we'll get started in 2 minutes. Hey Tusha, I see you're messaging me. So is it like you're
Uh,
on mute?
yeah, no, no, Kiran, actually, I messaged you before you joined, actually.
Okay.
So we're waiting for you.
So we are 18 people here. So we'll get started whenever you want me to start. Um,
Sure, Kiran. Maybe we'll just wait for a minute.
sure.
The session starts at 7.
I guess before we get started with the session, anything specific you want to discuss? Life with COVID, working from home, any new movies on OTT platforms? Too much silence.
I think they wouldn't be able to speak actually. Should
Okay.
yeah. So we'll just to let everyone know, as you've seen yesterday, this will be a moderated session. Your
Okay.
questions and all will all go into the Q&A tab under the sessions tab, and please feel free to use the chat box. Really, um, we'll be monitoring it closely. Also, even you have one response from Sumit. He
Yeah, yeah,
said
I saw that.
that's all today and loved it.
So I've been actually really looking forward to watch Vikram. I think it just got released. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah, you're
Yes.
audible, Shipra. Yeah,
All right. Okay, so we'll just start, Kiran. So I'll just give a brief welcome, and then we can take on from there.
sure.
So I think we have people joining in. So I welcome everyone to this of Agile Leadership. Am I transformed to I am transformed by Kiran Ravula. And thanks, Kiran, for joining us. I know he's an experienced Agile coach and a leader. So once again, a very warm welcome to all of you into this session. And you can take your questions. Kiran will be taking the questions post the session. So please feel free to post your questions in the question and answer tab, and then we'll be having a poll to see that how you feel the session was about. So over to you, Kiran.
Sure. Thank you so much, guys. So what we'll do is we'll try to have a different format here, an interactive format. So I'll be asking you multiple questions as part of this overall session. So please use that URL to focus on polling. So I'll be actually using my cell phone to change the questions of the poll. So if at all I'm looking at my cell phone, please don't feel that I'm looking at cricket score. I'll be changing the questions. So I'll start the poll as soon as we have some questions. Whenever we start with agile transformation, right, the first question that comes up to our mind is, how is our leadership support? So do you see my screen? No, you don't see it.
Not yet,
So
Kiran.
let me share it. Yeah, here it is. So the first question we ask is, do we have leadership support? But before we even have leadership support, I specifically wanted to check, have you committed yourself for that transformation? Many people, when I'm interacting with multiple transformations, they say, I'm at a level of a scrum master, I'm a developer, I'm a tester, I can't showcase any influence. So in this entire session, we'll try to understand, how do we understand what is our circle of influence? How can you influence people around you? And how can you focus on transforming yourself first? Let's look at the details. Just to give a brief about my profile, I'm a SAFe program consultant 4.5 and 5. I'm also an authorized trainer from IC Agile for enterprise coaching course as well as Agile coaching course. When it comes to scaled Agile or SAFe training, I have trained over 150 batches across the globe on various SAFe certifications, and I have a number of other certifications in Scrum and Kanban. Irrespective of certifications, what I feel is every session is more kind of a mutual learning experience. So let's keep it more interactive so that I can learn a lot from your questions and you can learn a lot from my experience. Let's see how it goes. There are certain ground rules. If you want to check your phone, take a quick coffee break, post this on LinkedIn, Facebook, Slack, Twitter, you're always welcome to do that. What I try to do is I try to maintain a specific theme in this presentation. It's all black and white, because I have seen people who believe in Agile. I have seen people who don't believe in Agile. So it's just trying to resemble the same thing. There is a black and white space. All you need to do is take a leap of faith and see how Agile can make wonders in your organization. Yeah. So let's start with the first question. What are your expectations from this session? So what I'll do is I'll start the poll. So give me just 1 minute. Yeah, let's start the poll. Please open this URL that you have here. What are your expectations from this session? Do you see this? I have actually posted this link in the chat for this. Please open this chat. Then you can see the question. Let me know if you have any challenges. Please ping it in this group chat. Do you see the questions poll?
Yes, Kiran, we can see the link in chat.
Perfect. Yeah. So please see if you can vote. Sorry, 1 second. What are your expectations from this session? Yeah. So many people, right, they feel it's all about a bunch of philosophy, Agile mumbo jumbo. Some people just come to conferences to claim certification units, networking, jobs. What else? Many people feel it's more kind of a philosophical thing. All done with voting, guys? We just have 1 vote, 2 votes. Networking, okay. I don't know, for some reason the questions are changing. Okay, so we have 5 votes. Many people feel it's more kind of a networking and others. Let's get started. So this is an age-old fight, right? Waterfall versus Agile. This is an age-old fight. So why do you think we need to focus on Agile? Which one do you prefer? What is your preferred way of working? What do you think? Do you have any preferred way of working? Yeah. Let's look at this one. Here, this person, there is a person called Jerry. He's a contract employee hired to work on Project Zebra. And the manager is saying that we don't even know what skill we need to focus on this project, and why are you hiring someone? And then the other people say that, hey, he's not very agile. Many a times what we try to do is we try to blame leadership, or we try to blame managers, saying that they don't understand Agile, or they are not in a position to understand new ways of working. They, as a role of manager, right, they have been successful for 10, 15 years. So they know certain things what we might not know. So we need to respect each other's opinion and move forward. For that reason, let's try to understand what is your preferred way of working. Please go to the same URL. I'll refresh this for you. Let's vote. What is your preferred way of working?
So, Kiran,
what is your preferred way of working?
So, Kiran, a few people have said that, they're not able to vote.
So just open this URL. Are you not able to open this URL?
URL is opening, Kiran, but even I am not able to vote on that.
Okay, 1 second. Let me stop sharing for 1 second. I'll just give you. Maybe the link, overall link I've given is wrong, but let me just give you one link. Maybe we are looking at the results link. Maybe we should look at the polling link. Let's go to this link. Can you try this? Copy. Why am I not able to paste something in this chat?
We could see the link posted by you, Kiran.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll just give it to you. Let's try this new link. Can you try the new link, please? I just pinged another link. That's the voting link. Do you see it?
It now says like that your presenter will start the poll. Please stay tuned.
Okay. Yep. So we are on the second question, right? What is your preferred way of working? Yep, we have 3 votes, guys. Whatever gets the job done. Hybrid. Agile. Yep, that's interesting. Okay. Now let's try a different question, right? See, most of you say that you are focusing on working in agile ways of working, or almost 30% said whatever gets the job done.
So, Kiran, sorry to interrupt. Please share your
Yeah.
screen if you are doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. You see my screen?
Yeah, Kiran, we are on the Hopin page actually. Yeah, now
Yeah.
we're.
So if you see here, we have almost 20 votes. 40% of you say that you prefer agile, 30% hybrid, and 30% whatever gets the job done. Because this is what leaders focus, right? They need the job to be done. Whether it is waterfall or agile, they just want someone to get the job done. So with this, what's happening is, let's try to understand how will you feel, or how do you feel about agile ways of working in your role? Some people have already voted. Based on agile ways of working, some people feel they are empowered. 20% are frustrated. What do you think? Based on agile ways of working, how do you feel? Empowered? Frustrated? Yep. Others? Okay. Whoever has any others, please see if you can update what exactly your thoughts in this chat, so that we can read out and we'll understand what are your thoughts. Okay, almost 18 votes, and almost 80% of you feel empowered. That's perfect. Now, when we talk about agile, right? Has anyone focused on agile games like Lego building, creating rockets, building blocks? What do you think? Update your comments in chat. I'll just quickly check that. So did you focus on any of this gamification things? Yeah? No? Has anyone been part of these games, creating games? Yeah? Okay. Because many times what I see is, in organizations, we have a consultant or we have a specific trainer invited to join. They will teach us some games, saying that how do you build Lego villages? How do you create paper rockets? How do you focus on Scrum? And then the next step is, everyone is an agile coach. Everyone is a superhero. And we focus on organizational transformation. Just focusing on some Lego games or gamification of something will not help you reach a state where you can guide the transformation of a project. So what we need to understand is, whenever we are trying to learn something, any certification, Scaled Agile, Scrum Master, Product Owner, they're just giving us enough knowledge to get started. Based on that knowledge, what we need to do is, we need to develop the required competency. How to implement that knowledge, how to focus on various practices. After you develop that competency, you need to focus on getting enough clarity. When should I take a particular decision? When should I not take a particular decision? That's when the role of a coach comes in. So how exactly that transformation works, we'll go through this as part of this presentation. So just by playing a couple of games, let's not simply focus on agile transformation. Let's focus on step by step. Now, the basic question, right? We are all focusing on agile transformation. Why agile? Why now? If you have some thoughts, please put it in the chat. We'll just read a couple of thoughts. Yeah. Why agile? Why now? Any thoughts from anyone? I'm just looking at the chat. If you have some thoughts, we'll read out. If not, we'll just move on to the session. Okay. Why we are focusing on Agile is, let's look at some historic trends. Initially, people were paid for their physical work. They used to do some manual labor. They get paid, they move on. Then came the Industrial Revolution, where people are actually paid for working on a series of same steps. A process is defined, a supply chain is set up. People just work on that to assemble things. Industrial Revolution. Then came the technical work, where people learn a specific programming language. COBOL, C, C++, Java, .NET. They work on that technical work, sit at your desk. But now we are in an era where we are focusing on innovation. Develop ideas very, very quickly and deliver something into production fast. You simply can't squeeze innovation out of someone. It's not something you grind and learn over a period of time. It needs to be on the fly. So there is a need for change based on the current market trends. Recently, 6 months back, I think we got Samsung S22 released. People are already talking about the next Samsung phone, S23, 24. What features will it have? So by the time you deliver one product, the customers are already looking at what is the next product. What is the next innovation your company can come up with? So you need to be quick in delivering innovative solutions and products that your customer wants. For that reason, we want to move to Agile. It's not like waterfall is bad. Waterfall is good when things are extremely predictable and where you have enough time to deliver things. But with the current trends, you need to be always on your toes to deliver your innovative solutions faster to market. That's the reason we need Agile, and we need it now. But before we move on to Agile, right, let's understand what is our mindset. Any thoughts on mindset? What do you think? We'll just see if you can have some thoughts. Yep, Sumit said rapid advancement in tech and trends. Yeah, that's exactly why we need Agile. Yeah, responding to change faster. But what is our mindset? Because we always talk about, right, open mindset. Open mindset means always being open to thoughts, or what is that? Open mindset. Mindset is if still at waterfall. Okay. See, what I'm saying is, when we're talking about our mindset, I'm born and brought up in India. So my mindset is a bit different. People who are born in US, people who are born in Australia, their mindset is different. So mindset of a person is developed by the education they have, by the people they interact with, and by the people they work together with. Culture is not just, or a mindset is not just for a country or a person. It also exists for an organization. Let's say you join from one organization to a different one. What people say is, hey, that's not how things are done here. We do things differently. Or we'll say, that's not the culture of our organization. So every organization has its own way of thinking and its own culture. How can you adapt to that? That's the most important thing. So let's take a quick survey here. Yeah, we have two boxes here. Box 1, which is a black box, and box 2, which is a white box. Now what we'll do is, let's try to understand which box is bigger. Okay, so let's go to that polling link and see if you can update which box is bigger. What do you think? So if for people who don't have the polling link, I'm also pinging that voting link again. That's the voting link. I'll show you the presentation again. So from this, what do you think? Which box is bigger, box 1 or box 2? See the slide carefully. So in 20 seconds, I'll move on to the results page.
So Kiran,
Yeah.
we do have few answers in chat saying that both are of same size.
Okay. But what do you think? Do we have that option at all? No, they are not of the same size. One of them is bigger, one of them is smaller. So which one is bigger? Which one is smaller? Okay. Most of you feel 87% is okay. 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 Now let's retry the question again. Okay. Let's try to answer this question again. Let me try to change it. What do you think? Which box is bigger? Both are of same size? Box 2 is bigger. Still some people believe box 2 is bigger. So let me show that presentation again for people to understand which box is bigger. Okay. Box 1, box 2. Okay. Almost 65% of people believe, oh, okay, box 2 is bigger. Okay. See, if you see the first question, where I have given only two options for you, right? In first question, I gave you only one option, two options. Box 1 is bigger or box 2 is bigger. But if you look at the next question, I gave you three options, box 1, box 2, box 3. The answer is both the boxes are of same size. But when I'm asking you the first question, since I prepared this presentation, I was in a position to divert your thoughts, saying that they are of different size. So me being a leader or me being the person who is giving directions on how things are done, I was in a position to divert your attention, saying that, hey, one of them is smaller, one of them is bigger. Take a call. But as soon as I have given you an option saying that both are of the same size, there is an option where we can say both are of the same size, almost 60% of you have chosen that. That's exactly what leaders need to do. You as a leader, you might have been successful for 10, 15 or 20, 25 years doing a specific technology or doing a specific way of working. But that doesn't guarantee your future success. So you being a leader, don't force your way of working onto your team members. You need to be in a position to understand what are the market trends, why exactly there is a need for change, and you need to be in a position to give enough autonomy to your team members to choose the way of working they want. That's all about servant leadership we talk about, right? Generally, people focus on command and control. They'll say that, hey, this is the work, this is how you do it, please get the job done. That's not what we want. We don't want leaders who are focusing on commanding and controlling. We want leaders who are more kind of a servant leaders. That means they take a step back. They trust the team to get the job done. And they create the required environment for the team to do their job by removing any impediments and making the team more self-organizing, more kind of a scrum master, more kind of a coach. I've seen project managers, program managers who are servant leaders, who take a step back, let the team develop. I've also seen scrum masters, coaches who are micromanaging. So it has nothing to do with a specific role. It has everything to do with that specific person and mentality. So understand the role of a leader and give enough autonomy to the team to take their actions. That's what is the focus of this entire session. Now, let's ask an interesting question. Are you in a leadership position right now or not? So let me go to that results page. Are you in leadership position or not? You don't see the question, right? Yeah, here it is. What do you think? No? Yes? Oh, okay. Almost, we got 13 votes. What I'll do is I'll ping the voting link again in the group chat. Voting link, if someone wants to vote again, here it is. Okay, it's 84% of you say that you're in leadership position. That's perfect, okay. Now, let's try to go through this. Can someone help me what this is? Any thoughts? Okay, how about this? Can someone tell me what this is? You can type it in chat. Yeah. You got some answers in chat?
Yes, Kiran, if you are saying it's Chinese, if you are saying
script Bangla, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now can someone tell me what it is? Yeah. Yeah. See, it's vehicle in different languages. Yeah. Chinese, Malayalam, Telugu, English, Hindi. So when we don't speak the same language, right, we don't know what that is. So sometimes you might be in a leadership position. You might be talking something which is making sense, but your team members might not understand. You as a team member, you might be having some challenges. Your manager or your team lead might not understand them. So what we need is we need common language. Now, by looking at this slide, we know that this is vehicle, right? Let's take a different approach. When we talk about vehicle, right? For a biker, this is a vehicle. For a student, a cycle is a vehicle. For a farmer, tractor is a vehicle. For a corporate lady, her car is a vehicle. So sometimes what happens is, even though we are talking the same language, we might mean different things. For me, leader is a person who sits in the top of the office in a corner cubicle with a big view. For a different person, a scrum master is a leader. For a different person, a test engineer is a leader because the test engineer helped them learn something new. So leadership is not about positions or not about what you understand. Leadership is all about how do you influence someone else. It's not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It's about one person influencing another person. So focus on that. You are leader in whatever position you are. Test engineer, developer, software engineer, project manager, product owner, scrum master, it doesn't matter. Every person is a leader as long as you can influence someone in a positive way. Focus on that. So what we'll do is we'll focus on three things. The question is, am I transformed? Am I transformed to be a leader myself? That's the question. So you need maturity. You need insights. You need awareness. That is the I am part, AMI. Do you have the required insights to transform? Do you have the required maturity? And do you have the awareness to change? Let's focus on these three. The first one, are you all familiar with the push system? If someone has any thoughts, please put it in the chat. I'll just read out. The push system. What do you think? Any thoughts on the push system? Forced, yeah. Assigning work. Tip down task allocation, exactly. So we are all in the push system, right? Where we'll say that we have a project manager. We have a specific time, a specific requirements to be delivered, and a set of team members. This is the work breakdown structure. Please get the job done. You push it onto the team members. So you are taking the charge and you're just focusing on forcing the team members to deliver. That should not be the case. Does anyone know what is a Cobra effect? If you know this, please ping it in the group chat. Does anyone know what is a Cobra effect? Cobra effect, guys? No? Okay. During British, okay, one last question. Okay, no. So during British time in India, what happened is there were a lot of snakes or a lot of cobras in Delhi capital area. What the British government did is they said that whoever catches a dead cobra, they will get a prize. The bigger the snake, the bigger the reward. With this, what happened is people started taming cobras in their house. They used to grow them large, kill them, claim their prize. Knowing about this, what the British government did is they banned the overall prize money. Then, having no use for overall cobras, people left them into the wild. So the problem of cobras became even worse. This is the thing that happens in most of the companies, right? You perform well, you get rewarded. It's a carrot and stick approach. You do well, you get rewarded. Maybe 10% hike, 12% hike, 5% hike. If you don't do well, you're not rewarded. It's a reward system where we focus on forcing people to compete with one another. They don't help one another. They don't collaborate with one another. They focus on competing with one another, thereby diluting the overall collaboration. So don't focus on that. To understand what is this, how do you eliminate yourself from the push system? Let's try to answer this. Are you comfortable sharing your failures? So let me go to this poll and change the question for you. Are you comfortable sharing your failure stories? What do you think? Yes, okay, perfect. We got 6 votes. All of them said yes, they are comfortable. Wow. Well, it's complicated. Okay. No? Okay, 18%. Okay. See, for example, you said it's complicated and no, right? I can relate a lot to these people. Let's say you don't know a specific technology or a specific module. And if you say that you don't know that, maybe the team members won't value you. You're always scared. It's complicated because you will feel that the team members might not respect you enough if you say that you don't know something, if you fail at your job. So that fear of failure should not be there. What you as a leader should do is you have to create a psychologically safe environment. Psychologically safe environment means where the team members can be themselves. where they can take risks, where they can focus on making mistakes, where they can raise problems, where they can ask questions, where they can disagree, where they have healthy conflict. It's not like you raise your voice against your scrum master or your team lead and you get fired. That should not be the case. You being a leader, create a psychologically safe environment where team members feel it's okay to learn something, where it's okay to exchange ideas, where it's okay to fail and learn. Failure is treated as a learning point rather than making them a scapegoat. Create a psychologically safe environment. So let's focus on this. Do you really feel psychologically safe in your workplace? Because when we look at this poll, right, almost 70% of you said that you're comfortable sharing your failure stories. So do you feel psychologically safe at your workplace? No? Okay, that's a challenge. Many people felt no. Yes, no, okay. "17 votes. We'll just wait 10 more seconds because this is a very, very important question. So I'll just take 10 more seconds to be here. I'll just ping the voting link again. Okay, 35% of you said no. That's a big red flag, right? See, we are always talking about agile, which is fail quick, learn fast. Nowadays, we deliver a minimum viable product into production. Multiple products fail, multiple deliveries fail. All we need to do is learn from them and make sure we don't repeat those. So we'll try to understand how you as a leader, you can create a psychologically safe environment. So what the first step of your own transformation is, focus on having the maturity. You as a leader, you understand the need for change. Why should we focus on agile? How are things moving so fast? How exactly I need to be always on my toes, support the team members, take a step back, not micromanage them. And how can I create a psychologically safe environment? Don't blame the team members. Let them learn from their mistakes. So you as a team member or you as a leader, the first step is develop your own maturity. Be mature enough to change. That's the first part. The second part is insights. We'll just quickly check chat. I don't know if someone pinged something. I just got a quick notification. Someone says they can't hear. Is that the same case? Okay, Kushbu is rejoining. The second one is generate insights. So let's say there is a car going at 40 miles per hour and the speed limit is 30 miles per hour. How will you change the mindset of this person? What do you think? Many people say we need to educate them. They are already educated because they have a valid driver's license. Many times we say that we need to impose some fine. They are already educated. They have the driver's license. They know the traffic rules. They know if they go beyond the speed limit, they will be fined. They know that, and yet they are going beyond that. How will you change the mindset of this person? Let's take 30 seconds to see if someone has any thoughts in the chat. How will you change the mindset of that person who chose to go beyond the speed, even though after having a valid license and the required education? Any thoughts from anyone? Penalty? Okay, fine. Okay, let them fail. Mindset change, create a speed breaker. Okay. One-on-one talk. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So what I'll do is I'll show them a mirror saying that, hey, I'll show a real-time speed reader saying that the speed limit is 30 miles per hour and you are going at 40 miles per hour. So I'll show them a mirror. So let me stop sharing my screen for 2 minutes. I'll just show you. So what I'll say is, I'll say, this is the speed limit. This is the ideal state. And this is your actual state. The speed limit is 30 miles per hour, but you are going at 40 miles per hour. Whether you want to change or not, you take a call. I won't micromanage you. That's like you taking a step back and being a coach. You're not micromanaging them. You're not imposing your thoughts on them. You are just being a coach and asking them to take the required call. All you are doing is you're showing them a mirror saying that hey, this is the ideal state, this is the actual state. Whether you want to change or not, it's up to you. So that's more kind of a scrum master style or a coach style. So what you need to do is the second part of transformation, insights. Focus on generating the required insights in your team members by showing them a mirror. Let them understand what their blind spots are. Let them understand what their challenges are. And you don't provide them with the answers. You give them enough autonomy to take their own call. Let them decide whether they want to change or not. That change should come from within. And you have to trigger that change by providing them with required insights. That's the second step. Maturity, insights. And the last one is, after they have the required insights, you need to generate awareness. How do you do that? Let's take a small example. Let's say I'm working with a client who is very, very strict, and one of my employees or one of my team members botched up a specific report that needs to be sent to the client, and we got a huge escalation from client. I call that team member and I criticize them in front of everyone and say that, hey, your work has been extremely bad. I reviewed the report. It's no way in a state in which it can be submitted to the client. These are the changes I have seen. This is what needs to be done. Please go ahead and make the changes by end of today. How is this discussion? We'll quickly look at the chat. How is this? How is my comment, or how exactly is my discussion with that employee? What do you think? Who owns what needs to be done? Who is telling what needs to be done? Push system, right? Pushy. I'm saying that, hey, let me take ownership of this. This is what you need to do. Please get it done. This is when you have to close it. So I own what needs to be done. I own when is the deadline, not the employee. Now let's take a different approach, right? We'll say that, hey, considering yourself in the shoes of a client, what do you think? Does this report have all the requirements completely done? Considering yourself in the shoes of the customer, how do you feel when you open this report? Do you think you need some help? Can I be of any help? When do you think you can get this done with? Do you have any challenges in your personal life? Maybe we have to reallocate this to someone else. So here, when you have this kind of a conversation, who is owning what needs to be done? Who is owning the deadline? Is it the boss or the team lead or the actual employee? What do you think? When you take a different approach, yeah, the employee is owning it, right? So you're not pushing it onto them. You are asking them to be accountable. You're pushing the accountability back onto the employee. They are accountable when they need to close it. They are accountable when they have to deliver it. They are accountable to ask for help if at all they need it. That's what you need to focus on. So when you're focusing on generating or creating awareness, what you have to do is focus on this. Whoever it is, whether a team, an employee, whoever it is, give them a goal saying that, hey, this is what we need to deliver. To deliver that goal, if you need any help, any collaboration, whatever I can do, I'm always there to help you. So give them a goal that needs to be delivered and provide them with the required support to get that job done or to reach that goal. Without even giving a goal, right? People can't automatically self-organize. Give them a goal so that they can self-organize around that goal, ask for required help, and get the job done. So that's what you need to focus on, because whenever I see in any companies, right, whenever we are focusing on agile transformation, people just focus on this. Did I focus on creating Rally? Did I get my Jira up and running? Did I focus on my Azure DevOps tool? We focus on project management tools, sprint planning, program increment planning, sprint review, retrospective. They are fine. They are tools, processes. But the basic delivery always starts with leadership at the very, very top. And it ends with people, the actual employees. So focus on beyond tools and process. Focus on getting that leadership support. If you don't have that, you be a leader yourself. You drive change at your own level. You're a Scrum Master. Drive change at your own team level. You're a program manager. Drive change at your own program level. You're a test engineer. Drive change within your own team. You need not wait for anyone. Whatever are the positive results, just drive it in your own circle of influence. But if you're actually a leader at the very, very top, focus on strategy, set a proper structure, give enough tools, process for the people so that they can focus on transformation. So go beyond tools and processes. What I say is, if at all you want to be a leader, focus on insights. Show the team members a mirror. Give them enough autonomy to focus on taking their own call. Give them enough choice. Create awareness where you are giving them a high level goal to deliver and providing them with required support to get the job done. And finally, you as a leader, you need to have the maturity to understand why exactly we need to change, why we need to focus on agile ways of working, and ultimately provide a psychologically safe environment for the team members to focus on delivering that. So you yourself ask a question: am I transformed? Do I have the maturity? Am I in a position to generate insights and create awareness within my team? If not, I have to change myself first. Do that. Once you have done yourself, understand what is your circle of influence. Is it team level, within the team, program level, portfolio level, enterprise level? What is the circle of influence? And slowly start influencing people in that circle. Initiate whatever change you can. Because what will happen is that will lead to ultimate organizational transformation, because all you need to do is create a culture of collaboration where people, team members can change, proper structure is put in place, proper strategy is put in place, proper tools and processes are set up where everyone is educated. But for all that, the basic crux is create that transformation within yourself and collaborate with other team members. I'll give you one small example. In 2009, when I was in US, one of my managers suddenly said that we are going agile from tomorrow. I was a bit surprised. I said, we are pretty good with our quarterly delivery structure, Q1, Q2, Q3. Why do you want to force agile? What that manager said is, a different manager has been successful doing agile, so he wants to try it. So I learned two things from that, one good and one bad thing. Bad thing is, you simply can't force agile on team members. You simply can't say that, switch on, we are agile from tomorrow. We had really tough time adapting that at that particular point of time. The second thing is, when someone else has been successful and they socialize that quick win will catalyze organizational transformation. So that's what you need to focus on. You focus on that quick win. You transform yourself. Start with your team. Start with your program. Socialize that quick wins across the organization, across your circle of influence, so that can lead to more changes, that can catalyze the overall transformation. So focus on changing yourself first. Yeah. So focus on that, maturity, insight, and awareness, and see if you can dance towards that insight or transformation. If you have any questions, we'll take some time to focus on questions. Yeah. But with this approach, sometimes they take it very lightly. Okay. It's not about taking things lightly, right? It's about being a role model. It's not about you do all the talk and do nothing. It means you're just preaching something and you're not following it. You be the role model. You be the change that you expect people to that you expect to see in the people. So people will easily follow you. Yeah, focus on that. Some Payal Puri said that, is it then the Cobra effect? It's not the Cobra effect. When we're talking about Cobra effect, right? It's more kind of focusing on carrot and stick. Will we say that you do something, I give you something in return? That's a carrot and stick. It won't work. Here, what we are saying is, it's all about socializing that change. We have been successful doing agile. You want to do it or not, it's up to you. But if you want to do it, we are always there to help. So you're socializing that result with other team members. Yeah, so focus on that, socializing. Yeah, any other questions, guys? Shipra, Twisha will take any questions if you have.
So not right now. I think Kiran, yes, they have started coming in.
Yeah.
So the question is from Purna Hari Prasad. How will you overcome the pyramid structure in agile transformation if entire team is good?
Entire team is good? I didn't exactly understand that question. What do you mean by entire team is good? Can you please re-clarify that question? If you just want to
Purna, if you
retype
can
it.
explain it, yeah.
See, one thing from that question, what I understood is, let's say your entire team is good, let's say, what you are saying is, how do you go to the next level? If that's your question, I can answer
So,
that. Yeah, go ahead.
so Kiran, the added point is performance rating time.
Performance waiting time. Or what do
Performance
you mean by that?
rating time. Yeah.
Oh, performance rating. Okay, you're talking about performance
Yeah.
rating. Okay. See,
Yeah.
that is something we don't have. In my organization, what we try to do is there is something called as 360-degree feedback. I'm not sure if any organization is implementing it. In 360-degree feedback, what we try to do is, let's say, generally managers, right? What they do is they focus on superheroes, one or two employees. They do all the work. So the managers really favor them. Whatever that employee says, whatever that developer or tester says, they blindly believe in that. Where other people in the team, right, they'll not get enough chance to showcase the conflicts, bring up their voice. So in the company that I work with, we implement 360-degree or something called as heartbeat survey, where each and every employee can give a feedback on their manager, and every manager should give a feedback on how are they developing all the employees reporting to them. So with this, what happens is the overall responsibility is back and forth. You need to be in a position to explain how are you developing everyone that are reporting to you. They're not contractors that you just hire and move out in 2 months or 6 months. They are permanent employees. So how are you developing them? How are you focusing on their personal well-being, professional growth? That needs to be answered by the manager. So the manager is answerable to that. Similarly, all the employees will get a chance to give feedback to the manager. So with this, what happens is, if there are some blind spots where we don't understand what my issues are, or what me as a manager, what my issues are, I can always get that feedback from the team members so that I can eliminate them. So we are improving as a team overall. So I always say, don't focus on superheroes, focus on super teams. Yeah. Focus on creating that high performing team. If it is one person
Yeah,
or
I
two
think.
person you are relying on, it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, Kiran, thanks for that explanation. Next question is from Hidyatullah Muhammad. And the question is, what if management is expecting Scrum Master to do micromanaging as team, not delivering frequently?
See, I have actually faced this issue. We need to understand what is the expectations from management. The management is not expecting you to micromanage. The management is asking why exactly the delivery is failing. That's the ask from management, right? So we generally misunderstand that and say that we have to go to the lower level details. We have to focus on understanding what's happening on a day to day. That's not what the management wants. In 2009, like I said, right, when we had to go agile and it was really, really hard, I focused on a couple of metrics. The first one, are we delivering our iteration or sprint goal or not? We create an iteration goal, right? Whenever we are focusing on a 2-week delivery or a 1-month delivery, we focus on adding an iteration goal. Did we deliver that goal or not? Yes or no? It's a Boolean value. It's not like I delivered 90% of my goal. I delivered 80% of my goal. That's not the case. Did I deliver my iteration goal or not? Yes or no? The second question is how predictable my delivery is. That means, let's say if I commit 100 story points, did I deliver all the 100? How is my predictability? And the third metric is whenever we are showcasing a demo to a stakeholder at the end of every sprint, how happy they are. Stakeholder happiness index. So these are the three metrics that you can focus on for every team. You need not micromanage them. Go into the lower level details. Focus on these three metrics. Over the past 5 iterations, how many times we delivered our sprint goal? 3 times. Why did we fail the other 2 times? What did we learn from that? Over the last 5 iterations, how predictable are we delivering? On an average, we are delivering 90% predictability. Why are we missing that 10%? Because we are getting unplanned work. Okay, that's one learning. How can we eliminate that unplanned work? Over the last 5 system demos or retrospect or reviews, how happy the stakeholder or the product owner is? They are happy 80%. Why are they unhappy the remaining 20%? Learn from that. So what the management is saying is they're not asking you to micromanage. They're asking you to take care of the delivery so that you need to handle it in the way you're not micromanaging the team and yet you are driving results. Because see, this is an unsaid requirement in most of the organizations. They expect the Scrum Master to drive the overall delivery. So you need to focus on how do you handle around that without being too pushy on the teams. I hope that answered your question. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kiran very well explained. And the next question is from Bhavna, and her question is how exactly we should go the awareness, bring maturity, and get insight.
Yeah. See, like I said, right? First, we all know about the concept of coaching, Scrum Master, where we say that it's all about asking powerful questions, right? That's what people say. Let's say you're working on a specific technology and you know nothing about that. And I'm taking the role of a coach and I say that, what do you think we have to do? Why exactly we have not delivered this? If I'm asking you too many powerful questions, you can't answer it because you don't even have the required competency. So the coach will look like a fool. So when you're focusing on creating this awareness, maturity, insights, the first step what we need to do is we need to understand, does that person have the required competency or not? Like I said, right? Is he or she even capable enough to do that work? Are they trained enough? Are they educated enough? That's the reason wherever I go as a coach, right? I always start with a basic 2 days orientation. Many people say, hey, we know what is agile. We don't want you to tell us. I'll say that everyone has their own meaning of agile. So we as a group, let's start at a baseline. Let's have a 2 day orientation. If we have some misunderstandings, some different thoughts, let's eliminate that and start at a common point. So the first thing is develop the required competency in your team members. What is expected from them? Create that competency. Then what you need to do is once they have the competency, they are not in a position to take a specific decision. Like I said, right? Show them a mirror. That so the first part, maturity, right? That's you understanding what is the stage the team is in. Is the team not even in a position to understand the develop the competency, or do they have the competency and they just need clarity? So you should have that maturity. Then focus on creating the required awareness insights. That means what I used to do is many a times, right? Stand up used to go beyond 15 minutes. So I have seen Scrum Masters, what they do is they abruptly stop the call and say that, hey, 15 minutes is done. Let's stop the stand up. That's not how I used to handle. I used to let the stand up go 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's fine. I used to track this and say that I used to show something called as heat maps. I track that heat maps and say that this is one of the red issue. In this last iteration, the stand up went beyond 15 minutes 5 times. So that's the frequency. If it's happening, something is happening more than twice, it's a red. So stand up is in red. So I'm trying to develop the required insights. Why is stand up in red color? What do you think we should do? Why is it going beyond 15 minutes? So what you have to do is create the required information radiators, create the required reports so that, or visible information reports, so that the team can see them and they themselves can realize, this is a problem that I have, how I have to change it. Then develop the required awareness. You can say that when I was working in one of the different teams, this is how we tried it. If you think it will work for you, you try it out. If not, if you have a different thought, please suggest. We're all open to discussion. So create that competency first, create that visual information radiators that will automatically generate insights and you can lead the team to awareness. So focus on that step-by-step approach. Yeah.
All right, Kiran. So I'm getting a lot of compliments, very well answered, awesome. So I think Kiran, I cannot see any more questions. Let me check once again. I'll just refresh. So yes, we have one more question, and we have time as well. So I'll read it out. So we have question from Sumit. He says, oftentimes the mindset of the team is transformed by the type of clients they deal with. And this leads to the change in team dynamics during each project, which in turn leads to overlooking few of the agile habits for each project, thus failing to make good decisions with inconclusive long decisions. As a servant leader, how do I guard my team?
See, you're talking about client vendor engagement, right? Here, that's what we are saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And also
always a
he's
tricky
looking
part. Yeah, go ahead.
and also how to guard the team as a servant leader.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
when you are engaging in a client and vendor relationship, right, things are always tricky because if at all you're on the vendor side, by default, what the vendor will say is, you are the client, you tell us what to do. You want waterfall, we'll do that. You want scaled agile, we'll do that. You want Scrum, we'll do that. So when you are in a vendor, it's always a challenge on how you approach that. I'll give you one example how I approach it because we should not directly oppose the client. We have to be very, very diplomatic. When I was going to US in 2008, my manager said two things. Remember one thing: the client is always right, and never discuss politics with client. So that's the challenge with vendor-client engagement, right? We always have to say that the client is right, and yet we have to cover our own track so that we don't get bad feedback. So what I tried to do is, one of the program managers, she asked, "You being a Scrum Master, I'm having multiple challenges with delivery. By the time we start our sprint planning, we are not having any stories ready. How will you fix this?" What I told her is, me being a Scrum Master, I can't fix your delivery issues, but I can fix the surprise factor. Next time when the stories are not ready, you won't be surprised. What I did is, I created a Kanban board. I said, this is the discovery Kanban. Discovery means, how are you getting the requirements ready for the team to work on? This is the delivery Kanban. This is where me as a vendor will start. Once the requirements or user stories are ready, I'll take them and deliver them. Now I try to focus on mapping roles and responsibilities. Who is responsible for discovery? Most of the clients are responsible for discovery Kanban. So the program manager herself had the answer. It's their business analysts, it's their product owners that are not giving us enough requirements. So this is their accountability. I didn't directly tell them. I didn't directly say that, hey, your team members are not doing work, because I'm on a vendor side and they might feel it offensive. I just created a visual information radiator with required roles and responsibilities mapping. So you're not giving us the required requirements that's impacting the team. Can you please get this delivered properly so that I can focus on delivering things? So wherever it is your manager or client, right, they won't be unrealistic. Many times we feel that managers are bad or leaders are bad. That's not the case. They protect the team a lot, but they have their own struggles, right? So we need to support them. What we need to do is, we need to understand what is the requirement from the manager, or what is the ask from the manager or the client, and see if you can deliver that without impacting the team. That's what you need to take as a Scrum Master. Yeah. Yeah,
All
that's why
right,
they say
Kiran.
numbers and data never lie. And that's also one more thing, right? That's what I tell my team members: measure everything. Because if you want to improve something, measure it. You can't improve something that you can't measure. So focus on metrics so that it will at least create a visible radiator on what we need to improve. Yeah, go ahead, Shipra.
Yeah, thanks, Kiran. And I think I request everyone to please vote for this session in the poll section. So in the poll section, you can vote it, and we are also getting a lot of in the chat window, we are getting a lot of compliments. So thanks, Kiran, for those wonderful insights on coaching transformation. And I think it's not just one takeaway, but many takeaways from this session. So I hope everyone enjoyed this session, and I request once again everyone to please vote for the session in the polls, so that we have feedback for the session as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kiran, for taking out time and sharing so much information with us. Thank you all for your participation, for your active participation, and for making this session a success. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys. See you. Have a nice day.
Thanks.